Welcome guys, Omar Farouk here, founder and creator of Glorify. In this video, I want to talk about an exclusive feature that we have built specifically if you're an Amazon seller. I think e-commerce, when it comes to getting into e-commerce, I think one of the best stepping stones to have an impact within e-commerce is to start with the Amazon model. That's how I personally got started in e-commerce and entrepreneurship alone. I think it's a brilliant stepping stone. The model is really, really simple. So those of you guys who's doing Amazon will definitely appreciate this. And those who are sitting on the fence or don't know where to get started, Amazon is an awesome model for you. So for you Amazon sellers out there, you guys will be familiar with this. We have EBC imagery as part of an additional, apart from just the main images where you have all of these types of designs that you can actually show off your products, as long as you stick to the guidelines of Amazon, making sure that you show the product in focus and the various features and nothing irrelevant, then these images are great. But then you've got this added area of EBC to show off your brand further, which is very very open in terms of the guidelines are not as strict, so you can actually play around and literally have an opportunity to show off your brand in a way that you can't show off with your main image carousel. So as you can see, this seller here has got this, beautiful logo banner, and then goes into the various features, and some of the images don't even have the product on them, like this image here, and so on and so forth. So it's very unique in that way. And guess what, guys? We have templates for you to actually go ahead and create your EBC. To become eligible for EBC, you actually have to go a specific process. So you'd have to do a bit of research on that. And many people that I know have been approved for it. So most likely you can too. These are the different types of templates that Amazon allows for your EBC content. And you have these pre-defined templates, like some of these, which are already constructed for you, which come with different placeholder banners that you can go ahead and add. So this one comes with a logo header and some other banners and square headers and whatnot. And every one is a different layout. As you can see, you've got the different names for them: tulip, orchid, sunflower, and lily. And then you can build one customly by using the different image sizes. So they have the logo banner, they have your narrow banner, they have the what you call larger banner, and then you have your square images, and then you have your smaller images. So we've got templates for all of them, guys. So go ahead and check them out. And let me give you a quick preview. In fact, within the e-commerce format, make sure that you're within the e-commerce format, not social media. You'll have to scroll down a little bit, and then you'll see enhanced brand content. And here you have all of your specific banners. So you got the EBC logo header, the EBC header, EBC square image, and large banner. So let's go ahead and play around with this for a little bit. For instance, in this, let's say I'm doing a whole set of EBC for this specific headphones product that I have here. So I'll go ahead and find a good template for me. Let's go into electronics. And there's different templates here that we have. In fact, I like the fact that this template has all of these zoom circles, which kind of gives you the opportunity to show off more features, and that's what I like. So it just really depends on you. And go ahead and simply replace the product. Just scale it down, I guess. Maybe we can bring this over here, and we can bring these circles and content the left. So it's all about customizing it to your needs so that it works for you. I want to get rid of this shape. I don't think I need it. And there you go. Excellent. So I'm quite happy with that. And then we can just go ahead and replace this with our own content. So for example, we can go in free images and have, a guy with video games. So I'll put this and then reposition it. And we'll find another image, replace that. This time we'll have something like audio. I want sort of like an audio graphic, something that conveys, loud audio, sort of sound waves and whatnot. So maybe this could work. Let's try this. That looks pretty cool. You can zoom into that, move it on the vertical. There we go. And then replace this one. LED lights, I guess, comes with this LED light. So let's have some kind of image that conveys that. Something like that kind of looks cool. And of course you need the right imagery for this. I'm just kind of picking stuff that's available at the moment just to kind of get through this. Excellent. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to get rid of that shape and just make this really nice and big. Sometimes minimalism and simplicity always works best. And I'll go add a background as well. So why not just add some super crazy background for this image? I mean, the clean look looks cool as well, but let's see what we could do. Universe. Oh, I love that image. That looks pretty epic. I've seen this image before and it does look pretty cool, but I don't know if it's the right fit. Maybe let's see if we can make this work. Because it's kind of like the space vibe. Might not make sense, but it could do. Gamer's World can make, you can get away with anything. We'll reduce the saturation perhaps, or we could get a nice little tint on this. Get a nice little blue going, reduce the saturation somewhat, get a nice black fill so it's more subtle. Maybe we need another type of blue. Let's try this one. And we could also play around with the hue a bit. Let's see if we can get something that's more, there we go. That color looks much more accurate and matching to what we're trying to get. And in fact, I want to do it the same for this as well. There we go. That's looking a lot better. Let's give this a bit of a border. Okay, just 100% border. Pick that blue again. Maximize that. Border, blue, max. Border, blue, max. And of course, make this stand out with a white color. Gamers experience. The ultimate experience. The ultimate sound could work. Excellent. I'm really happy with this banner already. So we got our first banner. Could do a bit of a drop shadow maybe on this as well, just to make it pop a little. There we go. I think this is definitely ready, and I'll go ahead. Actually, this needs to be communicated. So the whole point of these banners is to communicate the features. Perfect for the gamer. So I add another bit of text just by duplicating it. And we'll call this superior sound. And it's all about perceived value and how much brand building can you build with these images. So, as much as, just think as creatively as possible to kind of showcase your brand. Like some of the imagery here is relevant, but it kind of is synonymous with gaming, with sort of the space that this product surrounds. And that's the idea you want to get with your EBC banners, is to convey the brand message through imagery, through almost like this is a marketing opportunity, and you don't have that as much on your image carousel because the image carousel is purely about speaking about the product and its features. This is more about brand representation. So here, this one will speak about bright LED. Okay, so super generic, but the main thing is that it works. I want to center this up a bit more, somewhere around there. I do like the left alignment, does look pretty cool. I mean, you could do it centered align as well. Some, both of it can kind of work. Just depends how you're positioning your content. But there you go. There's my first EBC banner. I'm quite happy with that. It looks pretty powerful to me. Let's now, okay, firstly, I want to download this. We'll do a high res. And we'll create a bunch of other EBC templates as well. Now, the best way to do this, as I showed you in the previous video, if you joined me in the last video, we actually used we use sets to show that you can achieve consistency with template sets. So in this instance, we were using, which template were we using again? It was this product here, the laptop stand. So we click the C sets design, and then you'll have access to all of the other EBC content. And then there again, for consistency's sake, you can kind of just stick to that. But as you can see, like pretty much all of the content I actually ended up removing and replacing with my own. And that's as far as how customization can take. I mean, it is a lesson for you guys as well, is that when you do see a template, it's just a starting point. But by all means, if you like the template, then stick to the content, and that's what it's for. Just simply replacing the colors and text will suffice. So let me see if I can find another set with more content that could work with my product. Perhaps maybe this VR gear could work. There you go. This is quite gaming-esque. I think this could definitely be a winner. So we've got our large banner. Let's create the rest of the content with this type of imagery. Okay, so we'll go with a logo header. So we're calling this Gamer's Experience. The font that we're using is Railway Bold. So we want to remember that to keep consistency. So we'll go again to via headgear, and let's start with the logo header. So the logo header is all about just really simple, just to add the logo. It's simple as that, and there's nothing more, nothing less. So we'll go again with that imagery that we were using before. Sorry, universe, actually select the wrong one. Universe. Maybe something a bit different. We can use something like this. Looks pretty kind of spaced out and gamer-esque again. You know, it's all about creating that vibe. You know, you're in another world when you're in the gaming world. Okay, so here, let's delete this. Oh, well, we could probably keep this actually. We were calling this experience, was it? Is because I like the way this dual color system is going on here. So we can get rid of the VR. Ooh, that's duplicate, delete, and make the X in white. Delete that, and there we go. So we got our experience. Let me get the brand color on point first. So we want to get the experience to the blue that I was using, ramp that up, and group that, align, and let's align this stuff as well. And we'll change the yellow to again our brand blue. Beautiful. I think that looks pretty cool. We'll just click the background layer, go to effects, and make a bit of a fill in the background so it doesn't affect the text too much. A bit of contrast perhaps, a bit more, and let's make a, find a, you know, I don't know if this is completely black yet. There we go. Oh, the little blue hue kind of helps as well. Arrow keys, not convinced this is 100%, there you go. Somewhere around there. In fact, maybe left align could work as well. Something like that, you know, can give it a bit of character, you know. And maybe this could just go scale all the way to the top. Something like that could be interesting, or just delete it altogether and just have experience like that. That works too, you know, just left aligned. Great, I'm happy with this logo banner. We can go ahead and save that and download it too. So web optimized. Excellent. So we got our logo banner. Next up, let's go back to our set. We'll stick to the set this time. We'll go and create a header graphic. Okay, so header graphic again is just not necessarily showing off the feature, but it's sort of introduction of the product. Okay, so we created a banner which is more feature-esque. So this is just more, we're kind of working our way backwards this time, but it's cool. So you guys still can see a process here. Ordinarily, when you're doing EBC, you'd want to plan your content out first. I'm just kind of doing this very quickly just to see how you can, you know, utilize the designs, but definitely plan your content and make sure that it's in line with a message that you're trying to communicate and structure it appropriately. So let me go and replace this with my product again. Photo edits. I'll definitely create a video in the future where I'll go through a whole EBC process of actually designing the EBC even from a content perspective. It'll be a much more longer series because it does. We've done EBC for clients before, and it does take time. So this is just sort of a beginner's introduction. So we call this experience. Actually, because this is the introduction product. We want to say something else this time. So let's try XP. And then let's put something else here, something like introducing, because this is the first banner, the first logo, and then this is introducing the product, right? So you imagine the logo banner comes on the top and then you find this banner afterwards. Okay, introducing next gen tech. Now this little piece of copy can scale right down because it's just, you know, you don't want a big copy. Talking about the product in that way, so let's get it all on brand. You can use this as a sort of anchor for the text. So always make shapes in relation to text. So there's some kind of anchor, and that's how shapes and compositions work really. It's about composing things so that there's some kind of structure, even if it's not instantly identified. I don't know if this piece has a purpose anymore. I'm trying to see if it does, but it just feels like it's just, you know, it's just in the way almost. So I might even get rid of that and just have this little piece there, and maybe duplicate this and have another white one here. So there you go, something that's kind of interesting. Nice little composition there. What happens if you add border thickness? Maybe we could add, ooh, that's strange. It's a bit thicker perhaps, like that. In fact, what I'll do is add a shape, and there's no space for these headphones, so maybe we should find something else. So let's try it again. Let's just keep going with this universe theme that I've been having. So actually, let's try see if we can get a technology kind of theme where we have sort of a chip or something like that. Whew, that looks overwhelming, and we can tone this down by going to the effects panel in the background tool and just toning it down. Always helps to tone things down. And make the blue a bit relevant to our brand. And there we go, we've got our hue. I think this is definitely ready. Let's download that. We'll go back to the sets that we were looking at. So VR headgear, we'll open up the sets. We've done a large banner, we've done a logo header, we've done a header, and finally a square image. And so we need about 3 of these roughly. So I'll continue without saving. These are sort of different micro features that you can feature on your EBC. So again, let's go replace the product. I want to finish this really quickly. And of course, you'd have more images of this product really. You can't be just showing the same image all the time. But let's just call this again XP, standing for the fake name that I came up with, which is experience. Delete that, and we got this cool little graphic there. I kind of like this. It does look pretty cool. And let's keep that in the house. Put that as an anchor for the text, and we can add a bit more color at the bottom here, and then anchor the headphone like that, and give this a bit of rounded corners. Ooh, there we go, rounded corners. Center that up, and something like that could do the trick. Now I feel like we could just kind of highlight a feature in this because it's a square image. So let's open and give it a square circle, and let's add. I mean, obviously you'll have some actual internal shots of this product that you can use a rendering service, which we're going to soon introduce our own localized rendering service where you can actually request for a 3D render of your product directly from our platform. Quick little plugin service there. Okay, so here like you can just kind of feature like a chipset, and you know, ordinarily you need something that's more authentic, but just an example, you know, have something like that to kind of, and then what you could do is maybe blur out the product a little bit so that this is what's on focus and this is what the discussion is about. So here, and then we can bring this text here, make it white. Let's talk about the fact that this image is, I think I've heard of this feature, XLR audio system. So I can't remember what that stands for, but you know, just some placeholder text for now, just explaining a feature, something cool about the audio system, right? And you can kind of maybe make this a bit higher, scale this up a bit higher, and this can go right above. And we can also reduce the transparency of this to kind of make it really feel sort of in the background. There we go. So nice little image here to sort of explain a feature. And then maybe every feature can kind of be in a similar format to this. In fact, you can find 3 different images just like this, which will be great. So let's download this one, web optimized, zoom in. This is a great image. I think it will work perfectly well as a square banner image for your EBC set. Let's go and replace the content with something else. So let's create 3 of these. So let's go to free images. Okay, we spoke about the audio system, microphone. Let's talk about microphone because I do believe it has a microphone. I can see a microphone set on this. This little thing. So we can just kind of see if there's a grill here, and all we have to do really is imagine this grill really scaled up. So it's almost like a microscopic shot of the specific feature. Oh, I can get it to the position. Oh, it's a bit too zoomed in, maybe. Just about there. So now again, this is just talking about the mic. Sharp mic system. There's my second image. And my last but not least, third image. And replace, again, this time we'll talk about the LED system. We spoke about the LED system in the big banner. So how can we differentiate? We got to use every banner to really speak about a different sort of system. Maybe you can, because this is a brand opportunity, we're going back and talking about features, and most likely you'll speak about features on your main carousel image. So what can we talk about that's more brand oriented? We can talk about maybe a specific game, like I've heard of this. What's the latest stuff that kids are playing these days? Okay, Halo. There's a game. Perfect. We got a Halo image from a library, and we can just use that. So we can say built perfect for first person FPS, I believe as well. FPS shooters, right? FPS games. Excellent. So we got our text, our features done, and we've got our 3 images. Now that we've done all of our banners, I would like to quickly show you and present to you my EBC template for this. Just added some placeholder text, but as you can see, this will look splendid on your Amazon listing within the EBC section. And this is as you've seen, my sort of design process of going through, selecting the templates that could work for the product, and kind of differentiate through every image, giving an opportunity, using every image as an opportunity to show off a new feature, a new sort of brand-oriented message with any particular product, in fact. So in the future, I'll release a series of videos talking about a process of creating your EBC for your business using Glorify as your design tool. But this is sort of the basic first step of creating your EBC, just by sort of finding the right design and customizing it to your particular product. I'll see you guys so Amazon sellers, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in a future video. Take care.